Welcome to the Thin Within podcast, the show for women who want mental secrets for weight loss mastery. I'm your host, Marna Thal. I'm the owner of thinwithin.com, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on how to lose weight by mastering your inner game. Diets never worked for me long term, and if you're like 95% of the rest of the human race, they haven't worked long term for you either. Every week, I'll give you tools, techniques, and resources you need to actually succeed in using the power of your mind to lose weight. I can't wait to teach you another mental secret, so let's dive right in. Well, hello everybody. It's Marna here, and I hope you just had the most wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope it was just so much fun for you. Can you believe this is episode 197? Holy cow! I've done a lot of these episodes, and I just want to thank you so much for continuing to listen and sharing with me your love of this podcast. It means so much to me. Keep sharing it, keep letting people know, because if you're listening, then I will keep creating. So today I want to talk to you about how do you get the food and body freedom that you've been craving. This happens a lot, every single day almost. I speak with somebody who shares with me, I just really want food and body freedom. Can you relate? When I say, what do you really, really want? When I ask my clients, what do they really, really, really want? They'll say, I want to lose weight, but I really want food and body freedom. I don't want to have to think about every single thing I put in my mouth. I don't want to have to think about every calorie. I just want to live my life in a body that I love and not have this be a thing anymore. I'm so sick of this being a thing in my life that I have to manage, think about, live with, try to control. I'm sick of it, Marna. Can you relate? Does that sound like you? So let's tear this apart a little bit, because many of you are actually doing the opposite. Because when I ask you, well, what does food freedom mean to you? A lot of times I hear things like, I don't want to think about food all the time. I don't want to worry about the scale. I don't want to have this big stomach. I don't want, okay? Your brain doesn't understand don't wanting. It just doesn't understand it. If I tell you don't think of a yellow turkey, you're going to think of a yellow turkey. It can't not, okay? It's just the way the brain is designed and developed. So, knowing this, it's no wonder why so many of you are struggling. Because if you're thinking about food constantly, then you don't have food freedom. If you're thinking about your body constantly, you're not having body freedom. And if you're comparing yourself, or you're allowing your mind to constantly criticize you, then you don't have mental freedom. So, if what you really, really want is food and body and mental freedom, you have to define what freedom actually is for you. What is freedom with food? What does body freedom mean to you? What does mental freedom actually mean? Because so many of you say to me, you want food and body freedom, but then you spend entire days beating yourself up, comparing your body, tugging at your clothes, telling yourself that you wish you looked better, felt better, were thinner, prettier, healthier, more vibrant. That is the opposite of body, mind freedom. That's the opposite. And this happens all the time. Every single day I see this. And so we have to really get ahead of this. I so want each and every one of you to experience food and body freedom, for you to like your body, to have mental thoughts that far exceed anything about your body and your weight and what it looks like and how it's functioning, and every little morsel of food and every calorie you're putting into it. And I want you to have this freedom. But you can't spend entire days focusing only on yourself to have that freedom. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't set up systems to support body freedom, to support your mind, to support you losing weight and feeling amazing. But you first have to define what is food and body freedom from a positive. What are you thinking about? This is actually what we're going to do this January inside of my membership community because my awesome clients who are losing weight, they get excited to redefine what freedom looks like. It's different at 250 pounds versus 195 pounds versus 150. My clients have different goals. Things change, perspectives change, and identities shift. And so are yours based on your experiences and the tools you've tried and what you've done and the life you're living. So if you want freedom, then we have to define what is freedom for you. Get clear because you can't say you want food and body freedom and then constantly be thinking about every single calorie or morsel of food that you put in your mouth and then judge yourself and then compare yourself to somebody else. That isn't food freedom. And I see this conflict inside so many of you all the time. And it hurts my heart because I don't want you to be so conflicted. See, ideally, when we think about food and body freedom, we put food in its place. It gets put on the back burner to your incredible, amazing life. But if your life is not incredible, if it's not amazing, if are not enjoying your life, then food becomes your life. And this is what I want you to change. As we think about the holidays and we think about moving into the next year, I want you to be thinking about who do you want to be? What is the life you want? If you are holding back from having the life you crave, no wonder food is so important to you. What about thinking more about the fun? What about creating more fun for your life? More opportunities, more joys, more experiences. What about allowing food to just fall into place? You let it fall into place by honoring hunger, not putting yourself in a constant situation of being overly full. So your digestion has to constantly work hard and you emotionally start to get your needs met in emotional ways. And this is what I'm talking about. You say you want fun, you want to have a life, you want food and body freedom, but emotionally you're stuck. Define what it is that you actually want for your life. Get clear. What are the thoughts that if you had total and complete food and body freedom, you would be thinking about all the time? And then how would you recognize your awesomeness? How would you recognize this freedom? How would you celebrate it and honor it and know that you're moving closer to it? You know how? You'd be saying kinder things. You'd be recognizing how awesome your body is in comparison with others as well. You'd celebrate your body. You compliment your body. You tell yourself how awesome you are. You'd put food in your place and you would be having more fun. You'd be dealing with your emotions in emotional ways without tying them to food. That is how you create food and body freedom. So if that's not where you are at, I invite you to one, take my free course, two, become a member of my community. We're doing an awesome course called 8 Weeks, 8 Pounds Down. And I love doing this because oftentimes the last 2 months are challenging with events and holidays and whatnot. And I love proving to my clients that they can totally rock it out of the park during these last 2 months and feel amazing come the new year. And one of the things we talked about on Monday was our inner dialogue, was that conversation in our head that oftentimes takes them out of the game, that tells them, that moves them away from this food and body freedom, and it has to stop. And I went through a workshop having them really dissect their inner dialogue. It's one major aspect of food and body freedom is understanding that part of you that I call your inner 2-year-old that wants what she wants when she wants it. So if you want access to that workshop, if you want access to 8 weeks, 8 pounds down, if you want access to hypnotherapies and other amazing trainings, it's time to take action and define what food and body freedom means to you. Because it's time to get clear and stop telling yourself that you want food and body freedom, but then acting in complete opposite. And then you self sabotage yourself and then you wonder why you don't have it. So, if there's one thing that I can inspire you today to do, get clear about the thoughts, the beliefs, the words, the activities that you want to be spending your time thinking and doing and having. And then anytime you notice yourself comparing, being mean, beating yourself up, bring that thought back to what it is that you want to think, want to be, want to act, because that will guide you to true food and body freedom. The other will not. All right, everybody, sending you so much love. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to all of you soon. Bye, everybody.